Hey everybody, Spencer Jones here with Jones and to Get Fit, bringing you another live cooking show. That's right, it's our weekly cooking show live here on our Jones and to Get Fit channel. And I am your host for the evening, as most evenings, Spencer Jones here, bringing this to you. I am super excited for tonight. We are just over a week away from Halloween. It is one of my favorite holidays of all time, right up there with Christmas. They kind of battle each other out for first. Christmas wins only because I love giving presents away. It's so much fun. It's right up there, right? So one of my favorite holidays, and I love cooking, right? That's why I do this live cooking show. So why not combine these two loves and make something healthy? Because, you know, it's a live cooking show on the Jones and to Get Fit. And if you got to get fit, you got to be healthy. Shocker! So we're going to make this healthy, delicious recipe. You might have seen this on Facebook. If you, I've been scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, and maybe you've seen this recipe pop up, and we're doing our own little twist on it to make it a little bit healthier and show you how quick, easy, and simple it is. And that is spooky pizza bites. That's right. You might have seen them as skull pizza bites or pizza skulls or whatever, stuff like that. That's cool and all. We're going to do our own twist on it and do spooky pizza bites. So what you need here are some basic things. Here, come follow me because you're awesome and you get to travel along with me in the kitchen. Isn't this fun? Every week you come with me. It's so exciting. First thing you're going to need is some kind of mold. Now, for Christmas time, you can use a Christmas mold. That's totally cool. Or you can use like this one. So we got these kind of weird looking pumpkinish things with like spooky faces and happy faces. So there's 6 of them on there because I don't have skulls. And then we got some like more silly, scary, spooky pumpkins. If we have extra, we'll use these just in case. You want them to be about 1 inch or so deep, right? You don't need them to be terribly deep, but 1 inch or so works great. You're also going to need, you're going to need a pizza crust over there. Now, that is pizza dough. It is uncooked pizza crust. The reason I opted for that is because, right, we need to like put them in the mold, so you need something uncooked. That is a whole wheat crust, and doing all that stuff, you can make your own. That's awesome if you could make your own. I was slacking today. I decided not to make it, so I bought it at the store. So guess what? You can buy it at the store if you like. Just try to get, the ones with the most natural ingredients possible, and you're set to go. Other things. You are going to need, my light's flopping a little bit. You're going to need some flour. I suggest whole wheat flour because you're going to need dusting as you roll that dough out. Now, I am being super lazy. I have ragu. There it is. Ragu homemade style. I love this stuff. Let me turn around here. Because of the fact it has 10% sodium. There's so many out there that have a crap load of sodium. And you're like, why do you have so much? And this stuff doesn't as much. So you can do that, or if you make your own, I've done that as well. You blend up tomatoes, add some seasonings, reduce it down a little bit. So good, so good. But if you want to be lazy like me today, ragu, awesome stuff. You're gonna need a little bit of cooking spray, right? So non-stick, I just got olive oil spray, that's cool. Now your toppings, what kind of toppings do you like on pizza? You can put anything you like in this. You can chop up some, there we go, now we're back. You can chop up some peppers in there, get like little chunky brains in there, chunky pumpkins, or whatever you like, right? We're just going to use good old pepperoni. Now this is, as you can see, it's hard to see. It's 25% less fat. That's pretty cool, checking the healthier ones. Pepperoni, one of my favorite things that I'm not doing here, because Katie's not as much of a fan, and well, gotta be happy and please the wife every now and then, because she's awesome like that, is you make ground turkey that has Italian seasonings. Oh my goodness, so good, amazing. So that's something you can do as well. I know this light's like making me all pale. And then you're also gonna need cheese, mozzarella cheese, low moisture pot skim cheese. Okay, so here we go, folks. I'm getting all white here from my light. There we go. I'm ghostly. It's a Halloween show. It's like I'm a ghost. Oh, scary. Not really. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You get your pans, all right? You get your cool molds. You set it off to the side. I'm putting them on a big pizza pan. That's all kind of gross and ugly looking, but it's okay. It's still a pizza pan. We're putting it on there. Hard work, almost done. All right. So then you're gonna need to make a little space here in your kitchen on your counter, and you're gonna take a little bit of flour and do this. don't need the sounds, but I find they help drastically with my enjoyment of this entire thing. Then I'm gonna rub my hand in a little bit of the flour, and I'm taking my rolling pin and just rubbing it down. You can have a lot of dirty thoughts with this, but we're not gonna say anything about that. So we're gonna put that there. You're gonna take your pizza dough. Now you could have, as I made this pizza dough yourself, you could have bought it, that's all good. You just want this nice pizza dough. All right, nice crust here. And I like stretching mine out beforehand a little bit. All right, you can do, you can be fancy here. Watch me drop it, right? You can spin it a couple times. That helps. All right, oop, get over there. You know, or you just place it down. I like doing one side and then flipping it over so the flour gets on one side so it doesn't stick to the pin as much. Now, instead of making this into a big circle, right, like a pizza would, I'm just trying to get the flour on that one side. Need just a little bit more. It's all right, not much left in this bag. There we go. Instead of trying to make it a big circle, I'm trying to almost get it into a rectangle because that's going to make it easier to put into the molds. Because we're going to have to cut this sucker up just a little bit. Now, how thick do you want your crust? Totally up to you and what you like with it. Or you know, how much dough you like. Some people like thicker crust, some people like thinner. I'm kind of a in-between to thinner. I like erring on the side of thin crust personally. I know that's what Katie prefers. So you can see here, we have it as a nice, well, rectangular-ish crust. Now, what I'm going to do is I have my cutting board, which is way too small. It's going to be hilarious, but it's okay. So we're going to put it on here. Everything fell off on it. And we're going to cut out. Someone made a comment, Israel, you use box pizza dough to save time. That's awesome, right? As long as it's dough and not cooked, that works great. Try to find the healthiest pizza dough you can. So like whole wheat, stuff like that. The white stuff's okay, right? Like I like white pizza dough too, but it's not going to be as healthy. The issue with this one I found is I couldn't find one that didn't have totally based on it. Enriched wheat flour. Yeah, enriched bleach, like, no good. But you do your best, right? Find what you can and see what you need. So now, getting back to our pizza dough, great comment there, Israel. Thank you so much for commenting. Now, depending on the size of your mold, you want to measure this out a little bit. You want it to be wide enough so that it fits in there, in the mold itself, and comes up off the sides a little bit. So you want to make sure, I'm doing this very rough measuring here. Okay, so we'll go from there to about there. That's beautiful. Okay. So again, just like all my Jones and to Get Fit stuff, so precision oriented. It's ridiculous. Because, you know, I'm all about precision with this stuff. Not. All right, there's that one. And we're going to make one more cut. We're going to flop it over to kind of get an idea. Might need to roll it out, stretch it a little bit. That's okay. That's what you do, is you make it work. There we go. We'll cut this one in half. And we'll make it work. Perfect. Now the reason I did it on my cutting board instead of on my counter is because I don't want to cut up and scratch on my counter, right? Depending on the countertop you have, you might not want to cut on it. You can with most of them. I'm just, you know, protecting it, so I use the cutting board. Before I started this whole thing, I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. That's 400 degrees. So I would suggest doing that, or 425, somewhere right in there is a happy hunky-dory number. So make sure you preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Good? Good. We got each other. All right, you got your mold. Here's where you take your cooking spray, and you give yourself a little breath mint. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. Don't give yourself... You're crazy over there. All right, so you're just going to spray each mold very lightly. Now, you don't need to do it, especially because it's non-stick, but I find it helps it brown it up, actually. So what we're going to do is you're going to need a little bit, because remember, you got to fold this over the end. It's not like you just place it in there and like, oh, look, it's happy. It's half a pizza. No, we're going to fold it in and make it all awesome. So I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. I'm just stretching it up. I'm just stretching it. It's all good, ladies and gents. All right. So we're stretching it. We'll see. We got to go in and around. We'll cut it into thirds because this looks like a perfect thing for thirds. I already got a nice length. which is really scary. Put it on the back on the cutting board, cut it into thirds. Do that again, something right in there. Again, thankfully, nice part about pizza dough, it's stretchy. So now, I got a piece about that size, right? All beautiful. And I'm putting it right in the middle of one of the designs. I'm gonna let it sink in, like so. So you can see, I'll bring it over to you. So all I did here, folks, is I put it in here like that, right? And push it, I didn't push it, and just let it kind of sit at the bottom. You can push it down a little bit if you want. I don't think you need to too much. And then you get to have fun. Now comes the fun time. You can do more than that. It might save a little bit of time if we did a little bit more. So we're just gonna save a little time and do all three on the side, if I can. All right, come on, get in there. Arr. I find talking to your food helps when you cook it. I don't know if you do the same thing when you're cooking. This looks real sad like here. All right, buddy, we're gonna have to fix you. All right, so I don't know if you talk to your food like I do. I find it helps, it makes it more enjoyable. It doesn't talk back, that would be good. If your food talks back to you, folks, don't eat it, right? It's kind of like a Muppet Christmas Carol. The food talks, like, don't eat the talking fruit. No good. All right, so we got our ragu sauce, our pizza sauce. It's beautiful. We're putting in, well, I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to put cheese in first because I like cheese. Oh, I almost put the sauce in first. Halloween, spooky, right? So we're doing a little bit of cheese, like, and I'm saying a little bit, being like, literally, maybe a little more than that. This much cheese. That's it. It's like a pinch, like a little more than a pinch. Don't be crazy. Okay, you don't need all that cheese in your diet. Although it is crazy awesome. All right, so now I'm putting in our sauce, and I'm filling it up just a little bit. So with these smaller molds, right, my bottom of my thing's covered with cheese. I'm using maybe a teaspoon or two of sauce in each one, kind of enough to cover up the cheese. Nothing too crazy here. And now I'm going to place some pepperoni in each, again, depending on the size of whatever you're making. Maybe you want more, maybe you want other ingredients. Now is the time where you can customize it and put in more delicious ingredients. All right, so maybe you're a fan of peppers, mushrooms, or sausage, right? Turkey sausage, stuff like that. That's awesome. So we have cheese, a little bit of cheese. We have some sauce. We have our fixins, and now we're gonna add a little bit of cheese. A little bit of cheese on top, same idea, just about that pinch size, that big pinch, landed almost two. There we go, a little more on this one. All right, so, yeah, you're so good. Clean covers. All right, so here's what we have. On one side, we have, isn't that delicious? So good, so good. So we have all that stuff. Cheese, sauce, fixins, a little bit more cheese. Now comes the fun part, is folding it over and squeezing it together. So it shouldn't ooze out, which is nice, but you just kind of want to seal it, you know, on the top. So I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to fold over, get the sides pushed in down first. Ooh, this one has a cool little seam. Each one's going to be a little different. That's okay. So I'm folding it over here, the center. It's going to be pretty crusty, but that's all right. Squeeze it, pinch it, push it together. So the goal is that, all right, you're getting rid of the seams, which is the goal. This one kind of got away from me. Now save me. Nah, you're going to be my stomach, don't worry. All right, so now I just pinch it. Or Katie's stomach. It's going to be one of our stomachs. It's going to be amazing. All right, so there is, now I'm kind of pushing them down a little bit. There's our little mini pizza bites. Aren't they so cute? So scrumptious, I know. All right, so we got our pizza bites right there. Now we have another side. So we're going to get cruising. We're going to cut this in roughly thirds because we realized that worked out awesome last time. And we're set. So here, as I'm doing this, think about who you can make this with. I would love to know who you would make pizza bites with. Would it be your mom, your dad, your kids, grandma, aunt, uncle, neighbors? I don't know. Who would you make these with? because, you know, cooking is a blast. It's so much fun. And hopefully if you're watching the show, you're realizing either you already love to cook or you're realizing that it's not as hard as it might seem. There's some tricky parts to it. There's some things that take a little bit of a knack and practice, but it's all doable. And it's more fun to cook with someone else. It's not almost like doing anything like kayak fishing, right? I love kayak fishing. I know some people like doing it by themselves. I like cooking by myself, but it's so much more fun when you get to do it with someone else. So I would love to know, gotta fold that over there, there we go, who you would make these with. Let me know. Put it in the comments below. I would really love to know. If you're watching this on YouTube, same thing. Don't skip out. Don't just be like, oh, I'm not watching this live. I'm not going to answer. No, I read the comments. I would love to see who you would make this with. So put that in the comments, please. I would really enjoy that. Enjoy reading. And if you make these, right, these would be awesome for right after trick-or-treating. So if you made them beforehand, if you had time after school to make these right beforehand, you can put them in the refrigerator for a little bit, come back from trick-or-treating, pop them in the oven. 20 minutes later, ooh, you got this awesome, awesome meal for you and your kids. Or just maybe a get-together, right? You're having a little party, you want some pizza bites. It takes a little bit more time, right? Yes, you can buy the pizza bites at the store and blah, blah, blah. But first of all, you're not going to be as healthy, right? And second of all, they're not going to be as tasty. Thirdly, seriously, just like step up your game. You're going to wow your friends with this simple task. Like what? I had 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients plus a pan. So totally doable. Now, let's say you don't have a pan. Let's say you don't have like a cool pan like this, right, with cool designs on it. You don't have that. It's okay. You can. There's a couple options actually. You could cut these into the dough, that is, into squares, and just, come on, get down. So you can cut these into squares, and then almost like ravioli. You put the cheese, the filling, fixins and all that stuff, and then you put another piece on top, squeeze it together, crimp the edges, just like ravioli. Put it on your pizza pan, and then put it in the oven, right, and cook it. That would work just as fine. We have let me show it to you actually. I almost used this one, but we have a brownie pan. It's like individual brownie sizes, right? So you don't have to worry about cutting it or anything. It's this individual pan. So you can put the exact same thing, put your dough in there, fillings, cover it, boom, done. Look at that, folks. Even with all my talk and craziness, okay, it's been 20 or so minutes, but 18 minutes, but look what we made. That's awesome. So we still got 3 more here. Now I got these cute little pumpkin things. I'm not sure how the stem thing's gonna work out. We're gonna find out. But I have enough for 3, and we're gonna make it. So let's see, we're gonna cut this into thirds. Hopefully that works. Ooh, might need to stretch this one out a little bit. It's getting a little skinny on us. That's all right. These are a little smaller molds anyway, so that's all good. So thirds, boom, boom. So as I'm making these last batches, I already asked you, who would you make it with, right? I'd love to see that in the comments. Thank you for those who commented already. I can't see all the comments if there's more than one. And another question I have is, what workout would you like to see me do? So the question is, what workout would you like to see me do? I want to help you go after your goals of living a happy, healthy life so you can chase your passions to the max. For me, that means being healthy and fit and able to chase my passions. And I want to help you do the same by being healthy and fit. Obviously, we're taking care of some of the food stuff with the cooking show and all that. But what workout would you want to see me do? What moves would you like to have? Or maybe there's a scenario in life like wading, right? You're doing a lot of wading this time of year for salmon, or I don't know, paddling, or pedaling your kayak, or I don't know, walking a lot. Maybe you want stretches. What would you like to see? Let me help you, right? So what are some things you would want to see from me and Jones Gonna Get Fit? Your feedback is how we make things better. Okay. Almost done. We're just going to put one piece of pepper. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh dear. No, that's a sad loss right there. So good in my belly. All right, I'm not crimping these up as much as I probably should. Wait, I forgot cheese. You almost let me forget. Oh no. Well, I just want to, no cheese in that one. Not on top, at least there's a little bit on the bottom. Oh well. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be A-okay, folks. There we go. Pinch, 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 pinch. Pinch, pinch. Push down. There we go. Pinch, pinch, pinch. More pinching. Look at that. Once you get it down, this thing flies by, especially with that pre-made dough like that, or you made your dough earlier with a bread machine or by hand. Awesome. There we go. So we're going to put these on our cookie sheet, or on our pizza pan, not cookie sheet. Excuse me. Look at that, folks. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick these in your oven. It's already preheated to 400 degrees. You put them in there, bam, like that, and let them cook. It's going to take roughly 20 minutes for these suckers to cook. It might be a little bit longer because of the thickness of it. Now, how do you know that they're done? Well, the tops are going to be browned, right? Just like regular pizza, when the cheese gets brown, you're going to watch for that crust to get browned up and firm. Now, when you take it out, you want to just let it cool for a little bit, like a minute or so. And then I would suggest flipping over your pan onto a counter, onto a cooling rack, a cutting board, something like that, or onto even your pizza pan. Flipping them over and getting them out that way. Hopefully because you sprayed the pan, they should pop out right away. If they don't, take a little knife, work it a little bit, and pop them out. If they're not brown to your liking, they're not crispy enough, keep them out of the pan, right, with their faces or whatever design you have up, and put them back in the oven, right? If you ever make those like square ones, one side might get brown, the other side might not be as brown. You turn it over after halfway through, or 15 minutes in there, you turn it over and let the other side cook. That's how you make it work. That's how you have success with this and have delicious and crispy pizza. Yeah, that's right, pizza bites. How simple, how cool, how creative is this, right? A healthy, fun way you get to involve the kids, the family, in making something freaking amazing. I love it. I love it. I love all of you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Before we go, I do have one last question for you. I've asked you a lot of things. First thing, who would you make this with? Comments below. Second thing is, what kind of workout would you want to see me do? What would help you be successful, right, in chasing your passions to the max? That's second thing. You can put that in the comments below. Third, I'm writing an ebook. Actually, I wrote the ebook about going offshore in your kayak, right? So fishing offshore, it takes on my experience that I had with my buddy Israel Dunn from Shorebound Hero. He and I went down to Pompano Beach in Florida this last February. We fished for sailfish. It was amazing, awesome time, and I learned so much. Stuff that I didn't know beforehand because it wasn't available. So we took that experience and I said, you know what? We couldn't find a lot of things. We found some information on the internet, but there wasn't a lot ways to help us out. So we were kind of guessing. So what I did is I took what I read and researched and what I learned into an ebook. So I'm working on that. It should be getting published here. I'll get all that out within the next month or so. So hopefully right around Christmas time, I would get that thing out there. Let me know if you are interested in this book idea, right? If you would like to buy it, I'm curious. I would love your feedback about it, right? Ask me questions. I'll let you know. You can go back to yesterday's post where I had you look at cover photos for it for our front page of our ebook. Let me know. All right, there we go, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of you taking the time to watch the show. I will post a picture or maybe even a video of these delicious pizza bites, these spooky, ooky, scary pizza bites when they are done and out of the oven. So it should be right around 7 o'clock our time of the night of the showing. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out our Facebook channel and page and watch this video and check it out there. Or you can just go into the videos side, right, the watch version of Facebook, type in Jones and a Good Fit or live cooking show, pizza, and it should show up. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Have a happy, healthy week. We'll catch you next week, day before Halloween. It's going to be something spooky again because, we're spooky like that. All right, folks, have a great week. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch y'all later.